retriever. Jesus Christ, you won't move.
Zach's just like,
Zach's moving around.
huh? Huh?
What are you doing?
Welcome to the Barrel Buddies. I'm Jimmy.
And I'm BJ, and look who we have joining us.
Look who's back.
Special guest, Zach. Good to see you.
Welcome back, Zach.
Hey, good to be back.
It's the OG,
The
our
original
brother in
crew,
arms.
Our brother in arms. The original crew is the band is
What's
back
up?
together, as they say.
What's up, everybody?
Good to
Here
hang
on
out.
the Barrel Buddies.
I gotta make sure. Okay, yeah, we're all
Yeah,
coming.
we're sounding
We
good.
all
We're
coming in?
sounding
You're
good.
good.
Zach, talk. How are you
Zach, talk?
sounding?
Check
Oh yeah,
two.
you sound good.
Checky, checky, check, 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 check,
Yeah,
check.
that's good. So, hey, welcome back. We're on episode 198.
We're getting there. Almost
Woo,
the big
200.
200.
200.
Wow.
coming up.
00.
Well, happy pre-4th of July weekend here for everybody.
2 days
We're-
to go. 2 days to
Caw!
go.
We get to celebrate our
Oh,
independence
yeah.
Our
There
freedom
we go.
funnel
we will be doing some freedom funnels this weekend.
on Friday. Yeah, toss them back.
We're gonna give it a couple minutes, let some people trickle in. As we know,
Well, it's time for.
what do we got?
We got news. We got news. We got news.
we
Barrel
have
update.
news. Oh, barrel updates.
July edition. Jimmy.
So, we have a barrel emergency. So here's
Oh,
what
God,
happened.
What happened with the barrel?
Last week, I apparently didn't close the spigot enough, and it dribbled out probably a good cup of.
Oh, we lost a cup.
We lost about a cup's worth in the bottom of the half pan there.
Okay.
Not anything too substantial. I pulled out the bung
Yeah.
and I put a little flashlight in there, and we didn't lose a lot of volume, but we did.
Put it back, or did you drink it?
I
What?
did actually. So we had half a bottle of Frey Ranch that we didn't pour into the barrel that I just filled her
Okay.
up. I just topped her
Oh,
off.
I was
off.
kind of
So-
wondering. I was like, were you doing like a preemptive taste test?
We were actually, we
Yeah.
could get you a little taste if we have a cup right there.
Shoot, I'd be on.
You know, we could do a little Zach live.
I'm not
taste.
touching it though. Yeah, you guys do. I don't know how this barrel contraption works. I figure twist left
Just do it
in the turkey
very-
pan. Oh man, yeah, this is
Oh,
Yes.
this is
Ooh, that
live.
got a little mead chunk in there.
Oh.
nice.
So make sure Zach gets that one.
Yeah, that'll be good for me.
Ooh.
Zach,
Oh,
a little nectar of the gods.
all right. So this is Frey Ranch in a mead barrel.
Mead conditioned barrel.
That has
And then-
that had CYPM.
CYPM. Create your own perfect
Yeah.
mead
Delightful.
through who? Who makes that?
Garagiste
Garagiste.
out of Florida.
Let me make sure we're going live.
Out of Florida. Oh yeah, we're live.
Are we live?
Make sure we're on.
Live at 5, aka 7:00 p.m.
Oh, it
Pacific.
smells good. This has been in there for how long?
This has been in since April.
How the hell are the Barrel Brothers when I type in Barrel Buddies? Who the hell
May,
are
June,
those
July,
jokes?
3 months. No, May, June, April, May, June.
Yeah, 2 months.
2 months.
What do you think? What's your thoughts?
Nobody's.
We talked about our thoughts last week. Oh yeah,
Oh.
hot. I like your
Oh, by the way,
Little hot.
so Zach, so a couple of things.
a little
So
hot, Zach.
I was gonna say, wait a minute, Frey Ranch. Is this the farm strength Frey Ranch?
yes,
Yeah.
so
Because okay, yeah.
the minimum that we put in there was like 60. Nothing is under 60% that went into that barrel.
That makes sense. All right.
It's only
So-
getting hotter.
And it's only going to get hotter. So what happens is you're going to get a little bit of evap. You get a little bit of evaporation from this barrel as it ages.
Yep.
And it's only going to get more. It might probably looking at about 10 to 15
Condensed.
ABV. It'll kick up.
Very cool.
So
The alcohol will condense, and then so your 60 will turn into 62, 63, 64. or whatever it
potentially,
is.
yeah, potentially.
Don't
So,
forget, we do a 3-sip rule on this show. I know it's been a
Oh.
while since you've been here, so that first sip was a shock to your palate. Let's see how your second sip treats you.
yeah.
A little easier.
Still hot, but I am getting the mead. So I'm getting the mead taste to
Yeah.
it. I'm getting the fruit taste.
Yes.
And then also, the Frey Ranch, kind of like There we go. The 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 hay, kind of like grainy. Profile of, Frey Ranch.
Everybody.
I love Frey Ranch. Whenever I see
I
Frey
am
Ranch,
such a fan.
dude, whenever I see it
Bring
like
the
at Costco,
glass.
I'm like, I'm gonna pick it up.
I'm with you. I really like Frey Ranch, and it's local to the state of Nevada. So we're all about keeping it local. And you know, they're one of those distilleries that are farm to bottle. So they have a farm where they grow everything that goes into the bottles, and they do a wonderful job. What is it, Colby and his wife, Colby
Colby
Frey,
Frey.
and
O'Fallon.
the whole family up there. And where is it in Fallon?
O'Fallon. Right?
Fallon,
Oh,
Nevada.
Fallon, not
Yeah.
O'Fallon.
So
Not
you-
O'Fallon.
Fallon.
So you can actually go up there
I
and,
drove-
and check things out up at Frey Ranch.
I drove
Yeah.
close to Fallon, not too close though.
I
But-
wouldn't say that anyone really goes up to Fallon, Nevada.
Well,
So would you
so-
agree?
so-
Would all-
so
No,
agree.
I would
mean,
disagree.
I did a drive up to Reno a couple of years ago, and we got into. So it's funny, like northern Nevada is quite a bit different from
Whoa.
southern. It's very very farmland.
Well,
Yes,
Fallon
ish.
specific. Very farm. So they grow alfalfa there. They're known for growing some alfalfa. And Fallon is also known
hey,
as
What do you get from alfalfa?
hey,
Hey.
Fallon is also where the Fallon Naval Air Base is, and that's where they train Top Gun fighter pilots.
Oh,
That's where the Top Gun Naval Air Base is.
okay,
That's
all
where-
right, very
that's where
cool.
Maverick
very
got his
cool.
That's where
skills.
Maverick got his
Same
skills to
thing
pay
with
the
Iceman.
Maverick.
Maverick and Goose were up
Goose,
there
yeah.
training.
What about Jester?
Always Jester.
all of them? Yeah.
Yeah, they all came from there, man.
Very
Yeah.
cool.
What about Knight Rider? Oh,
Knight
that
Rider.
He wasn't in a plane. Was he in a plane? No, that was
It was a car.
The car didn't turn into a plane?
Yeah, David Hasselhoff.
That's right.
And
Nobody
Kit.
messes with the
And
Hoff.
Kit. What was that? Like
Kit was the car.
yeah. Kit
What's
was
that
the car,
song that
but
Hasselhoff
Was it like
sang?
it was a Firebird, I think, right? Pontiac
Pontiac
Firebird.
Firebird. Yes. And what song? He sang a lot of songs.
Oh, that really popular one in Europe. It was like his most famous song.
Oh,
Nobody messes with the Hoff.
Oh, Hasselhoff.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
What
big
was
in
his-
Germany, I guess.
Yeah. But what was his famous song?
Oh,
Let's
now
look
you're gonna
that
look it
up.
up.
No idea.
While he looks that up so that you can all know what David Hasselhoff is famous for singing, I'd like to introduce tonight's Pour of the Evening. One we haven't done on this show, at least we don't think so. Looking for Freedom. Very
No,
appropriate.
that's not. It's not looking
very
for freedom.
appropriate for the
Was
weekend.
Not looking for freedom.
Looking for freedom.
That was not it. And I don't want to ding us. So,
Oh,
but I
That's
do.
right,
I want to
Bangalore?
see. I want to see if this is the song. I don't think it is.
Bangalore.
No, that's not it.
Zach.
I thought it was like that Ooga Chaka song.
No, I don't think that's the
No,
song.
no, it is. I know I'm
No,
right.
that's-
I
that's
know I'm right.
Chumbawamba.
No.
I can't stop this.
Yes, that's it.
feeling
What's the song?
somewhere
Hooked on a Feeling.
down
Hooked on a
inside.
Feeling. He did Hooked on a
Stop
Feeling.
it. He did not do Hooked on a Feeling.
He did. Look at David Hasselhoff, Hooked on a Feeling. I knew I was right. I knew I was right.
Wait, was he the original?
No,
This
Oh.
is him. This is him.
get out of.
I am not wrong.
town.
And this like blew up in Europe, and this is what made him become popular.
He
I
was-
told
Oh
you.
my God.
I did not know
told you.
that. I don't believe
Guys,
that.
this
Trash
is so
remix.
popular.
I still don't believe
Yes,
that.
and it's
That
such
is
a
insane.
corny music video.
So he did that?
What?
yes.
Wow.
I don't want us to get copyright dinged, so I don't
Oh,
want to
yeah,
turn it
no,
up too much.
Yeah, no. Oh my God! and it is a
No
Euro
way.
trash remix. Look at him.
Hooked on a Feeling. I
He
knew
looks
I
like
was
some
right.
sex symbol, and he's jumping off of like champagne towers.
He's a Hasselhoff. He can do
That's
whatever he wants in the 80s.
Hooked
Yeah.
on a
Yeah.
Feeling.
Thank you for remembering this.
Inside of you.
All right, we gotta pull
will.
it back.
We will listen to that.
Pull it back.
We will listen to that after the show.
Yeah, that's going to be the song. of
if
the
we don't
night.
get this taken down for copyright infringement.
Yikes.
Wait, how many? I think you get like, what, 5-10 seconds?
No, they'll mute the entire video
Yep,
at
they'll
first,
kill
and
us.
they kill the video. So hopefully they
All right,
won't.
Yep, that didn't
So,
happen.
Apologies,
Let's
the
bring you
Hoff. If you're
back.
watching it, we have nothing but the utmost respect for you
Nobody
and your
messes with the Hoff.
crew.
No one hassles.
And if
sorry,
anything,
I'm
we
sorry.
would love no
Let
one
me say it
hassles
correct.
the Hoff.
No one hassles the Hoff.
Well,
Well, no one should be hassling the Barrel Buddies because
That's
we're not making money off it.
because you don't
so,
hassle the
you know.
Hoff, don't hassle the.
If
Barrel
anything, we're
Buddies.
giving you some free advertisement.
Yeah,
Hoff.
exactly.
Go back
The
there
Hoff.
and let's really give.
Is he still
David-
alive?
Yeah,
He's gotta be. He's gotta be still alive.
He's
Jesus
very
Christ.
alive and well. I'm
I
sure.
don't know.
Yeah,
I
no,
don't
he's
know
like in his
why.
60s, but he's
I
Oh,
think
doing
he's
all right.
older than that.
You
He's
know,
actually
like-
older than that, man.
the Barrel Buddies are really.
He's
slipping.
72.
Oh.
Oh, okay. I was only off.
Hey, his birthday's coming up.
His
July. Did you
birthday
see
is
that?
coming up.
July
Yeah, yeah,
17th.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh yeah.
he looks
there he
really
is.
rough.
Oh, he's looking old.
He's looking a little rough.
Not. I wouldn't say rough, but
I think
he's
that's pretty rough.
definitely not.
He's looking a little 72. You
Yeah.
should say that.
He's
That's
looking,
all right.
there you
He's
go.
fine.
He's looking a little 72
Yeah.
around the gills.
Exactly. We'll find out what we
Oh
look like when we're
boy.
72.
Jeez. There you go.
Put that
No one
wiener
hassles
away.
the Hoff. No one hassles the Hoff, friends.
All right. Old Forester, single barrel strength.
By the way, be careful. You have Bourbon Dog literally right behind you.
I'm not going to back up.
Yeah, don't just
Yeah, he doesn't
back
have
up.
wheels, so he's good.
Yeah.
This is the Total Wine and More Nevada pick, coming in at a whopping 66.2% or
Hot boy.
132.4 proof. This is a hot
Hot
boy
boy.
pop quiz, hot shots. And for those of you watching, leave your comment below. What does it mean to be a single barrel and barrel strength? Is there a difference? And what is it?
Unadulterated bourbon.
Oh yeah, no add-ons, right? Or add-ins.
No add-ons.
Add-ins. Add-ins. No fortifying of.
Close.
I have this fortified
Close.
bourbon. Oh, what an idea! Check out this
Close.
fortified bourbon.
Close. So it's coming from one barrel,
Yeah, single barrel, so it's
And
not
it's-
blended with others.
not being proofed down. So we're not proofing it down. It's coming out of the barrel at the same proof that it came into the barrel. So we are not putting what do they call it? The grain spirit,
Yeah, they're not
neutral
proofing it
grain
down.
spirit.
Yeah, yeah. It's
So we're
gonna
not
be
proofing it down. We're not proofing it up. We're not messing
or
with
with
it.
water or whatever.
It's coming out of the barrel. This is like unadulterated, as you said.
Yep.
Bourbon.
So it's-
unadulterated.
It's from one of Kentucky's oldest distilleries, so this is under Brown Forman. Okay.
For the most part, like
Very
when you,
American.
When you proof things down and you do blends and everything, you're trying to get basically a consistent flavor, taste, and alcohol percentage across the board, right?
Absolutely.
You know, like that's your baseline.
It's true.
whiskeys, for the
So
most
Old
part.
Forester is actually one of America's oldest bourbon brands.
What?
How
Yep.
old?
So it was founded in 1870 by George Garvin Brown in Louisville, Kentucky.
Almost 100 years after the founding of these United States.
Initially named the JTS Brown and Bro,
Hey, Brown and Bro. Do you even
Period.
Brown Bro?
I guess Brown and Brothers is what that meant. It was renamed Old Forester after a prominent physician, Dr. William Forester. Brown Forman, the parent company, was established in 1897 and has owned the brand since. Oh, yeah, there we go, Zach. That's great. All right.
For
See, it
those who
focuses on the
are
bottle,
only
so that's why
listening,
we.
we have covered our eyes. The
Oh, and
camera
you get a
can
little
focus on the
sticker
bottle.
with the date. It's a 2021, so it's
It's
like
from
it's a
2021.
COVID bottle.
It's a post-COVID.
We'll read the
bottle.
back because I know most of you can't see that. And then wait for it. Wait for it. All right, now don't worry about it. but
we're not gonna.
You got to come down and do the where's the wink? Oh, there we go. Okay. So
Welcome back,
yeah,
Zach.
so 1897, they've owned the brand since. This bourbon survived prohibition by producing medicinal whiskey, and it was one of only 6 distilleries licensed to do so.
Oh, doctor, I
por-
need some medicinal whiskey
yeah,
for
you
my
just-
ailment.
I'm sure you just pay the doctor $1 or $2. Oh, we're not in focus here. What's going
Yeah.
on?
Come on back. Bring it back.
Come on,
Yeah, it's
bring
because
it
of the
back.
bottle thing.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
See if we get a little focus here.
weird.
Yeah, it's
Do I need to?
Well, don't stop
No.
don't stop. Can't stop the beat. I can't stop. Don't stop the beat. Hey,
Put
Do
no.
it?
There, yeah, you did it, Zach. Perfect. All
Zach has
right.
once again saved the day.
So apparently it rebuilt its reputation post-prohibition with consistent quality. It introduced various expressions, including its flagship 86 proof and higher proof offerings like the 100 proof. In 2002, they launched their infamous birthday bourbon. And in 2014, they released what we were drinking today, the single barrel strength version, which has become elevated of its status among whiskey enthusiasts.
Very nice.
So today it remains a cornerstone of Brown-Forman, known for its high rye mash bill of 70% corn, 18% rye, and 10% barley. And its Louisville distillery reopened in 2018 on Whiskey Row, and it produces a range of expressions from the core products to limited releases like the 117 series and President's Choice. Very cool.
Ooh.
And then a little bit more detail about the what we're drinking tonight. So as we said, this came out in 2014. It is a single barrel strength, as BJ and Zach mentioned. It is virgin whiskey. It is unadulterated. It is untouched. It is straight from the barrel. Each bottle comes from a single barrel, and it's typically aged 4 to 6 years in heat-cycled warehouses.
Oh,
Interesting.
Huh.
And that results in a unique flavor profile with proofs ranging from 120 to 137 proof. Holy
Well,
moly.
we're definitely to the higher end of that.
When they say heat cycled warehouses, does that mean the barrels are moved?
Oh, we're gonna
Or
have
is
to
this
find
like
out.
artificial, like
I don't think it's artificial. I bet you that they're
actually-
opening in. I bet you they have like vents on the outside of the rick houses, and on the hot days, they're probably cycling in heat from outside to blow into the warehouse.
Oh, that makes sense.
And then at night, probably opening the same vents and blowing out the air to bring in.
Are we
cooler.
ready?
oh man,
tell me.
that's
All right.
very
That's my
scientific.
guess.
So first of all, to get to the chat, a little old-fashioned cheers. Cheers to you as well, Uncle P. We are on tonight, so cheers, Uncle P.
Cheers, Uncle P.
And cheers, old-fashioned. So welcome to the show.
Cheers.
Cheers. Get you a little clink
Cheers.
there. Cheers, Zach. Bam. Welcome. We're going to talk about a heat-cycled warehouse. So it is a type of aging facility, particularly used by distilleries such as Old Forester, where the internal temperature of the warehouse is artificially manipulated
Oh,
to accelerate the interaction, the barrel Lamaze, between the whiskey and the oak barrels. So unlike traditional warehouses that rely on the seasonal temperatures, heat cycle warehouses are equipped with a heating system, which is often steam or forced hot air to periodically raise the temperature during colder months, typically in the winter.
to keep it
Oh,
hot.
so they don't let it calm in the winter where it's very
Oh, they're like
consistent.
yeah,
They
aggressive.
keep that summer
They're like,
heat.
keep it
So
hot to
going.
drive up the ABV.
Yep. So this
Sense.
process mimics and intensifies the natural expansion and contraction, the barrel Lamaze, of the whiskey into the wood. And then when it's heated, the whiskey expands, it goes deeper into the oak, and you get more flavors like those vanilla, caramel, and the oak tannins. And then when it's cool, it contracts and it pulls back into the barrel. So heat cycling creates more of a frequent and pronounced cycles that more than natural conditions, which supposedly enhance the flavor development, especially in younger whiskeys. And that's why they bottle this between 4 and 6 years, because they believe with the heat cycling, it's actually a couple years older than traditional.
Oh, they're juicing the
Oh,
juice.
okay.
So they're juicing the
Juicing
juice.
the
This is
juice.
basically,
That's
it's got,
so something that
PEDs.
would
They give it a little
normally-
injection, and
So-
it just.
so like a 3-year can taste like a
This is some
6-year.
roided juice right here.
Their heat cycled
Interesting.
warehouses G, H, and K contribute to the robust, spicy, and caramel heavy profiles in their bourbons. Critics argue that heat cycling can make flavors less nuanced compared to slower natural aging whiskey,
Ooh.
while proponents say it ensures consistency in shorter aged products.
Huh.
Old Forester's specific methods are proprietary but well regarded for balancing intensity and character.
Interesting.
So just a little highlights on this bottle. So, or on this line, we'll say the single barrel strength. You should get nose of, it says often varies. However, you should get consistent caramel, toasted oak, dark chocolate, cherry, vanilla, leather, and baking spices.
Well, it kind of runs the gambit.
The palate should be full-bodied and intense. Caramelized banana, dark chocolate, pralines, cherry, oak and spice, pepper, clove, and cinnamon.
Very fruity. Okay.
The finish should be long and warm, lingering oak, chocolate, baking spices, occasional fruit or herbal notes. Specifically mint or anise.
I was just gonna say when you said herbal, I was like, ooh, maybe minty.
Yeah. So very cool.
All right, I'm gonna read the back of the bottle.
Mm.
An interesting message from Campbell Brown.
Yeah, Mr. Jimmy Jam. Happy 4th to you as well.
Happy 4th, Jimmy Jam.
Yeah.
All right, a little message from the president of Brown Forman. After the repeal of prohibition, my grandfather, George Garvin Brown, developed a single barrel expression of Old Forester specifically for bourbon aficionados.
Oh.
It was the first single barrel bourbon for sale since the passage of the Bottled and Bond Act in 1897. Today, we honor the legacy of firsts that Old Forester began in 1870 with this unfiltered barrel strength offering.
Okay.
Yours truly, Campbell P. Brown, president of Old Forest Bourbon.
All right. Well, there you have it. Now, I also do a website check while we're bantering because I like to just see how together their marketing.
Yeah, do they got it
is.
together? And you know, while you do that, I do want to just call out. You brought up Whiskey Row in Lowellville.
Yeah.
They pronounce their L's in Kentucky.
Lowellville.
Remember, they also put out the Whiskey Row series. Those are those 1897s, 1910s, 1920s, which I actually like. We've done that on the show. Go back and watch those. I think we should link to that. But I like the Whiskey Row series.
I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So like what was it?
It's been a while.
The 10, the 20. What was it? The 10,
The 10, the 20, the 97,
97.
and there's a really old one. I think I can't remember what the old.
Oh, they
oldest
got a
one
good. They
is.
have their websites together. They have a good
Oh, yeah.
website.
Yeah,
They have a
look,
really
you're-
cool.
They're showing off the Whiskey Row series right there.
Yeah.
We can't show it to you because it will break YouTube. YouTube,
Yeah.
fix that. YouTube creators, hashtag YouTube creators. We're calling you out. Shout out. Could you please fix that? We'd
Yeah,
like to share
you
websites
share a
again.
screen, and then we go back to we close the shared screen, and we always get a black screen for a live video.
We'd really like to fix that.
is no good.
Birthday bourbon, aka liquid cupcake. I love that.
Well, I'm sorry. I got to get into this. I can't wait any longer.
Yeah. Let's get into it.
Go.
Let's get into it.
Oh my God. It smells like.
Woo! It's
That's
a
a-
hot boy on
that's
the
a hot
nose,
nose.
friend.
So-
What is
so
this?
it's-
60 what again?
66, I believe. Right?
66.2.
So
This
it's
is
good-
almost
it's-
hazmat.
It's good from afar, but once you stick your nose in there, man, that is nostril burning.
Holy Mother. Oh.
So, you know, when you walk down the aisle in the grocery store, the baking aisle, and you're in the area of like the brown sugar, and you can smell the brown sugar, the black molasses,
This is what heartburn smells
and,
like.
and maybe the maple syrup. I get all of those nose profiles.
Even if you stick it all the way in, because I'm getting smelling salts.
Yeah.
And a little ammonia. Yeah, there's a little ammonia.
No, really give
Pure
it like a
gasoline.
good, like,
No, it's not the best way.
yeah, this is best smell.
This
at the very
would
edge,
ignite
at the very
with
edge of the
flame.
glass.
Hashtag St. Elmo's shrimp cocktail is all I'm
All
getting
right,
out
let's
of
get
the
into
nose.
this.
But yeah, I'm getting a lot of maple brown sugar, but from afar.
Oh,
Shock to the palate.
woo! That's not playing around, boys
That's a hot boy.
and ladies.
It's been a
Ooh.
minute. I think it's been a minute since I had a bourbon that was that potent.
No fireworks tonight, Jimmy Jam.
Oh, the fireworks are in our mouth.
We're drinking liquid fireworks here.
Wow.
We'll have some on Friday.
when you fight.
But they
through
are
the
illegal
ethanol-
in Vegas, mind you, and in the state of Nevada, unless you're on Indian land.
when you fight through the ethanol.
That's the thing. You're taking the words out of my mouth, BJ. It has
It's
such
good.
an incredible flavor.
And it's gonna take a second.
But
and
you gotta
third,
fight. There
so,
is-
yeah.
There's like an alcoholic boxer right up front
Right.
that's punching you in the palate, but
Yeah.
behind it is like a birthday cake.
Yeah,
I get like
Zach,
birthday
yeah,
bourbon
your
vibes.
tongue does not like
Zach?
the first sip it
I'm
on.
gonna bother you.
Yeah.
We need cubes.
Get some cubes. All right.
There's solo cups on the kitchen table, and you can use the fridge. and
We
just
need
dab
we
right
need
in.
ice cubes.
If you grab a few cubes, BJ's onto
Yeah.
something. BJ is onto something.
I'm
But
just gonna call it out. But
Can I use a little bit of that water?
you should, yeah. You should cut it. Really, but you haven't even done 3 sips. I would,
know,
I
I'm
challenge you on
struggling.
that.
I am struggling.
No, you got to get through it. You got to get.
But
through
look
it.
how just dark and like caramelly rich.
You
that
can't
color
chew
is.
this.
Oof.
You can't chew this. You got to get it in and out.
Oof.
This needs
Yeah.
this needs oxygen and air quickly.
Thank you, Zach. Ooh.
Very, very full bodied. Wow, you can really taste. This is char number 4. It's got barrel char level 4.
It's got to be. Oh my gosh.
It's not toasted.
All right, folks. We're seasoned drinkers on this show. Obviously.
This will be hot for a newbie. Man.
I will say the
Ooh,
shock to the
this-
palate is very extreme. However, the second sip does start to mellow out a little bit.
But not in a great,
dangerous.
not in a great way. I think you get a lot of barrel char in the second sip.
You do oak forward, very oak forward, but there's a
Very oak
there's
forward.
a ton of sweetness behind it.
It's very complex in the second
Yeah.
sip.
Oh boy. But just wait.
Going for my
Sweetness
third.
comes- yeah, the sweetness comes out, but the heat's still there.
Yeah, the heat's not going away.
Wait for the
boys.
third one and see what happens.
Ooh. Okay, that third sip brings on real savory notes. The sweetness really fades in that third sip.
That's
A lot of
hot boy, though.
savory notes.
That's got a, that's an
Yeah,
this
a little
is
salty,
just,
huh? A little salty savor.
Yes.
I'd give salinity to that.
There's definitely a
And I-
little bit of like ocean water there.
and I
Yeah.
think some leather, those leather notes that you had
Leather.
described,
leather bound books.
nice leather tan.
I get a hair rancio, so I get that old dusty book, like old book
Mhm.
What did
flavor,
They, what did they say? The
old library smell
what
And I'm-
were-
is
what
an
were the-
actual taste.
What were
Piff.
the tasting notes that were suggested by the
Caramel, vanilla, oak,
Yeah, that's
all
caramel
the
sip
heavy
one.
hitters.
oak? Okay.
oak in the second, and then a lot of
Little
savory.
star
it's a little
anise. You get a little herb in there. A little
star
herbal.
anise. You know what? I get star anise in that third sip.
Yeah,
I'm
Oh,
not getting
maybe
mint.
maybe that's the
Jaeger.
clove.
salty.
More. Let's just say clove. I think it's clovish.
Yeah.
a little bit of clove.
I get a little Jaeger.
Yeah, I see what you
Like
mean,
the
but that's like the
botanical?
medicinal botanical flavor. But man, this packs a wallop.
I like this. They're all a little different,
Hot boy.
but I like this one.
This
Not
is
for the,
not-
not for the introductory.
This is not an introductory bourbon. This is not for the faint of heart. This is not for the everyday whiskey drinker.
Yeah,
this is
we're-
a heavy hitter, boys.
yeah, this is expert level.
This is level 10. This is 11 out of 10 expert level. This is like smoking a pack of Marlboro Reds unfiltered.
I was gonna say this
Like,
is like level
This
97.
is this is such an extreme where I think, in my opinion, this would make an incredible old fashioned. I think this is an
Yes.
incredible cocktail whiskey.
I
And I know
actually-
people will fight me on that statement, but I think that you need something big and bold to help carry a whiskey into a cocktail where it doesn't get washed out and watered down where you're like, what's in this? And you're like, oh, whiskey? You throw something like that in an old fashioned, you're getting the party started.
I think
if I had
this is-
2 of these, I'd be blasted.
I think this is one of
Like
those
old-fashioned?
that like
gonna cube it or what?
big strong whiskey on a big rock.
Yeah, one big rock, kind of like how we're putting that in. We're gonna do 1 cube
I'm
here.
doing one cube for what I got left here. Gonna give it a
A little
nice
ASMR here. ASMR whiskey,
I'm gonna give it a nice
ice on glass.
What's
Tops.
ASMR mean?
asthma.
What does that mean?
It's aural
It's art.
sensory, aural sensory. What does Google say?
Is
here?
oral? What is that?
Oral.
What?
Autonomous sensory meridian response.
Autonomous
A tingling sensation
meridian
often
sensory-
related to specific stimuli in the brain related to sounds. Yeah, that's where you
Ooh.
get all those weirdos. I don't want to knock it in case we have some big ASMR people in here, but there's a lot of streamers that do it and make a lot of money doing
And when
it.
we talk about weirdos, we don't talk about the people who listen to enjoy it.
No, you got like these people
Talking about
licking
the
rubber
people
ears,
licking
on,
ears.
on
don't
streaming
tell me that's
services.
not sexual. Don't tell me it's not.
9 out of 10 of them have a spicy link that they all promote.
Click here.
Yeah, exactly. They're all
Click,
like,
click here to chat with me.
Where's that going to take me?
No
Uh,
comment. No,
someplace to
comment.
chat with
But
that
yeah,
person.
someplace to chat with them on a more
Oh,
personal
okay.
level.
Kind of like AOL, right?
Buy-
It's like
buy
an
more.
IM. You can IM them.
I think the cube was a mistake.
And I am.
Oh, the cube was a mistake.
And
I
I
think
am-
this it makes the nose very
I am
caramelly.
DM.
Creme brulee, caramel.
I don't like it. The cube was a mistake. The cake was a lie.
Ooh, it
There
turns
it is.
into an oak bomb. Oh,
Yep.
Yeah.
The cube was a mistake.
Yeah, that bittered it. That bittered it. in a
Oh, it makes it
bad,
bitter
bad
and
way.
oaky.
Brings out
Everything
the
I hate.
Biff
It's Biff
cannons.
cannons to the extreme.
Yeah, that is big ass.
This
oak
is
right
Back
there.
to the Future 2, where they all go to Biff's casino and Biff is running the show. This is what's on his bar. I despise this with a
Yeah.
cube.
It was good, and
Sorry.
then this ruined it. But it was worth it for
Ay,
it was worth it, I think, just for
For
the hell-
science.
for the hell of it.
Can I dump it in your little?
Yeah, you can dump it in the spit cup.
I don't want this. I don't want
Yeah,
this.
that's bad. But you know what I am gonna do?
I'd like a little hair. Like you just give me a splash.
Yeah, I want to cut it. I want to add water.
That's what I want to do as well. That's perfect. Thank you.
Yeah, I just want to add a little agua.
I think
The-
agua is going to be the same as the cube, though.
I don't think so. It's
I don't
not.
think so.
It's not always the same because here's the
Alright.
thing with ice that you got to remember, right? Ice, the chill of ice.
Can I dump that?
Yeah.
Here, hang on. I'm gonna pull mine out.
Oh, you're gonna fill it up. You're gonna have to go to the sink. Just
Um,
take them both.
would-
to
yeah,
the
would you
sink
just
and
dump
them.
both?
Dump them both, please. Thank
Ugh.
you. You're the champion.
The thing with ice is that cold, the chill of the ice, right, mutes certain flavor profiles,
Specifically, sweet flavor profiles.
Right.
Your typical
and so
like sugary baking spice, all that goes away, and it gets very oaky,
adding
prominent.
adding water, on the other hand, is going to proof it down. It's not necessarily going to mute flavors. So I think cutting it with a little water. Here's the other thing water does, right? Just water is going to add some space in the alcohol molecule. It's going to open things up a little bit. It's going to add space in the
It gets a
natural
little bit more
oils.
creaminess.
And so I think cutting it's going to fix it a little better.
it's
yeah.
100 times better.
I think.
Wow,
think
that's
just
it.
a
That's
little
what you got to
agua.
do. You just cut it a couple drops.
The nose already, right? The nose already is lovely, very creamy. I think you're right. I think you're right on that.
The
dropper.
I found it.
Oh.
I know you were like, where did you put that? It's right up there on the top shelf in that little box next to the deer stopper.
Where'd you put that?
Next to
Oh,
the apple
do
brandy.
you want me to get it?
I don't think we need it.
I don't
But
think
just
we need
FYI, it's
We-
there
we should
before
get
I
it.
forget.
Yeah, that's the cutting tool.
Oh, what is it? Like that, kind of like a wine thief.
Yeah, it's
Yes,
like a wine thief,
but
only
just
for
glass
putting
and
water.
tiny. Yeah.
All right, I'm going in with the cut here.
I want to cut it a little bit more.
Mm.
I don't know if I want to be part of this yet. Oh man, that was a big pour.
Hmm.
Here, Cora.
You know what? You're right. The cut is nice.
She loves ice cubes.
Yum 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 yum.
The cut is nice. See, the cold, that chill took away all that nice sweetness, it brought out all this acrid oak, spice, bitterness.
So don't mess with the whiskey. Just drink it straight
Nope.
up. No,
No, I think
don't-
it's
I
good.
don't-
It's good with the.
You should
it's
cut
good
it.
cut.
Not yet. Let me
Not yet.
enjoy it. the
I
way
like it
was
neat,
before.
right? It's challenge neat. It's very aggressive. But I think the cut, it does round it
It's
out.
too much for me.
Okay.
Like
Here,
I'm gonna
I'll
be
go for
honest
it.
with
It
you.
really does round it out.
Outside of a
round me out
cocktail,
Yourself.
No, show me how much.
outside
you
of a
put in.
cocktail, I will not drink this. I don't it's too much, man. It's like
All right.
Give that a little swirl. You know what
Oh,
else I think?
boy.
You know what else I
Yeah.
think this would really benefit from?
what's that?
We did this on the show probably 2 months ago.
What's
I
that?
brought in the milk frother and we hyper aerated. And my bet would be hyper aerating this would do a lot for this.
Yeah.
I
we
think it
could do
would
that.
I think it would bring out a lot of the sugars.
I don't even know if I've ever had an aerated whiskey like that.
Mm.
I don't know.
Like
I
with the
think
milk
it's still
frother,
too
like
high
a-
ABV because even when you froth it, you're not proofing it down, and I think this is the problem.
Wow.
It's too high.
Have you gone to the second sip though after the cut?
No, I'm having
You got to go to the
difficulty
second
here.
sip after the cut. It's so much more approachable.
It is.
It's so much more
Ooh,
approachable.
but it's still like
I think you were
Ooh.
drinking Cavalon.
I would drink the Cavalon over this. The Cavalon,
Really? I like this. This is lovely. I
The-
like this a lot.
I don't know.
For me, I think I
I'm
like
having
the
a
original.
real hard time.
I don't know if I like the.
So
I
Like,
definitely don't
It's
like
not.
the
This is
cube.
not for me.
Cube is no good.
this is
Adding the water makes it taste a little different, but takes away the sweetness, I believe.
I don't think it takes away the sweetness at all. I think I think this just makes it a more approachable version of straight out of the bottle.
In
It reminds me of the 1920.
you mean Blanton straight from the barrel? What are
No,
you
this
talking about?
reminds me
Straight from
of the Old Forester,
Yeah.
straight from the bottle, meaning just right out of the port. Just
Oh,
neat,
I see what
right?
you mean. I got it.
And I was just going to say, it reminds me of 1920, their Whiskey Row series. I like this. I like this.
Okay, I don't. I think that this is way too much. I don't think that alcohol should be distilled at this high of ABV. It's too much. It's overpowering. This is for like lushes that just want to drink for effect.
I think
It has a
this is-
great
I think-
sweetness and it's pleasant, but I can't do more than one.
You know
You're
what?
gonna get blasted
So
if you guys
James,
drink a whole one of
just
these.
thinking, echoing your comment,
It's good.
I think this was like a challenge. All right,
I would
how
agree.
do we get this so high proof?
Wait, is Uncle Punky still in the chat?
Yeah, Uncle P, are you still there? Beej has a question for
I mean,
you. What do you got?
I'm really surprised that we did two of those. Like
He's
this
here,
is
he's here.
insane.
Uncle P, is Aunt Di in the room with you?
Anyway, we don't want to keep awkward
Who's
silence.
Andrew?
Give it a minute.
He'll let me know.
Like, wait for it.
He said no.
Wait for
Oh
it.
well, you could show it to her later. I just like to propose a toast, a happy birthday toast.
Oh,
happy birthday.
birthday!
Happy
birthday
toast
out
to
there!
Aunt Di.
Cheers.
Aunt Di.
Happy birthday, Auntie Di.
Happy birthday!
How old is Aunt Di?
You never ask a woman.
Yeah, I
her
was going to
age.
say,
You know,
how
the
dare
best,
you?
The
How
best
dare you,
age that
Zach?
there is to be that you are right now.
42.
the
Forty-
age,
There you go,
the age of a
42.
fine wine.
There you
That's how
go.
old she is.
Right?
I have so many negative things to say about this now. It really is
Well,
just
let's
upsetting.
get
Let's get
into
into
it.
it. Let's get into it.
Let's do it.
So as you all know, we rate on 3 categories: nose, taste, and value here on the Barrel
Bam.
Buddies. We rate on a 0 to 3 scale in each one of those categories, which if you add that up, that comes out to a 9, or add a 0 and you get 90 out of 100. We have 1 point reserved for a blown away bonus. You can give halves, you can give quarters. I will start and kick us off with the nose, which I think the nose is amazing. When you guys first poured that just exudes like wow, like that caramel, that richness. So I'm going to give it a very solid 2.
Wait, can
On
I
the
ask
nose.
you a question real quick, James?
Sure.
So is that the nose like all the way in, or is that the nose at the rim
Well,
of the glass?
You
because
no, it's a good
when
point.
when you go all the way in, man, you are like
It is
getting
Is that
Top.
is that the
close.
nose all the way in, Jimmy?
Yeah, because all the way in,
really
all the way all the way in is gonna freaking all the way in to me for me was like smelling salts.
Well, let's see what Bourbon Dog says. What do you say, Bourbon Dog?
Here, Bourbon Dog, you want to take a nap?
You want to take a
Uh,
Oh,
She backed away
was like,
quick.
she was all happy.
Not
And I'm
away.
like,
But honestly, I think there's a difference in that. You know, where you're smelling it from the
Agreed.
rim versus all the way in. Sorry to interrupt.
I think you should base it on the version of the nose that you liked the most.
Okay, understood.
So
Ooh, sorry about that.
Continue, James.
So
Apologies.
no, BJ, I want to pass it over to you for the nose. So I'm
Oh,
giving it a 2 on
thank
the
you.
nose.
2
So
on the
we're
nose.
gonna Go down.
Respectable score.
We'll snake it. We'll snake it on the nose.
I think the nose is really nice.
It is.
Um,
It is.
And I'm going to say I've taken the nose at the rim and all the way in. And I would like to just tell you, I like this nose. You do have to fight through it. And so it's going to get dinged on that, which is why I'm going to take it down to a 1.5. out of 3. It's a lovely nose. And And if I didn't have to feel like I was smelling pure, freshly
Gasoline.
grated horseradish, and that somebody was trying to play a trick on me, I think this would be lovely. But
Woo.
it's like a horseradish ass.
Yeah.
I think we know
It
somebody
really
like
is.
this.
Yes. Like I'm like
1.5.
sweating. I'm like after
So am
drinking
I.
it,
I'm
like
hot.
You're flushed.
yeah, and Zach
I
too.
feel hot.
You guys are
Like
flushed.
I'm like, are my
Man.
ears red right now?
like I am like,
Like, like-
roasting here.
1.5. Zach?
Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna echo both of you guys. Like,
Well, they had different scores.
it's like so the nose from the rim, yeah, you get a little fruit, you get a little sweet and all that, but man, like there's no getting away from the tinge of that 66% freaking alcohol, where
very
it's
prevalent.
just like it. I don't think a nose, unless you've lost some freaking some senses.
Hey, Zach,
that this will not make you go, oh god.
do you need to cut your nose hair? Trim the nose hair this week? 'Cause
This
I
will
know.
burn it off
No,
when
no,
you smell
I
it, so you
know.
don't have to worry
Oh, yeah,
about
they're
that.
all gone. Yeah,
Yeah, they're
exactly.
gone after you
The ethanol
got his
killed-
I'm
nose in
clean.
there.
I'm fresh and clean.
right. Yeah, no reason for the wax job.
Eh.
So I'm gonna go. You know what? I'm not gonna give it a 2. I'm gonna give it a 1.5.
Yeah.
To be honest, and
Wow, all right.
the only reason why is because of that. That intense.
It's tough.
So Zach, think about it because we're gonna go right back to you with the taste.
The taste. Oh,
But I wanted to talk a little bit about. I always echo this on the show. I always talk about there's so much FOMO and there's so much hype out there to have these hazmat bottles, to have these and
Yeah.
hazmats anything over
Right.
70%. Like we're at 66, 67% here. We're approaching that 70% territory, and it is rough. Like where it does have a lot of nice caramel sweetness to it, but like just getting past that ethanol punch is not easy. So be careful. Don't get sucked into that FOMO, that hype of I gotta have this, because man, this is a punch. It packs a wallop.
Don't listen to him. It's 3s all across the board. You know it.
right,
So
yeah.
Zach, give us your score on
You're like,
taste.
it will get you drunk.
Yes. Yeah. If you want to drink for effect,
yeah, that's all like frat boy shit.
if you're drinking for effect and you have one of these, you're gonna feel it. No matter how many, like we're all seasoned drinkers, but I'm already like, woo, like
Oh, yeah.
I feel it. I feel it. And we haven't even had half the pour. Not that blitzed, but you're like, all right.
You could feel the buzz.
yeah,
Yeah.
you're
for
like, if
sure.
I keep drinking a
bet
few
you
more
could.
sips of this is gonna be a party.
I bet you
so.
Yeah, no, that's those are a lot of good points. Like when you see high ABV, you see intensity and all that, right? Like you said, it's FOMO. You want people to buy.
Like,
it
hey, I
because
got a
it's so
hazmat, bro.
intense.
Come on over
Right.
and drink a hazmat, bro.
Yeah, you don't want to drink a hazmat every day, right?
I get those texts
Um,
a lot of the times for whiskey shares. Oh, we're having a hazmat only share.
You're
I'm
like, really? Do you?
like, have
Yeah.
fun
How
with
many?
that.
How many of those do you drink?
They're like, oh, cigars and hazmats. I'm like,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah. And
How more can you? How better of a way to destroy
but
your
then- but
palate?
When
then
did you
also-
get old?
But then also we think about
Thank
it though. Like, when does your tongue
Yeah.
go freaking numb? After so many freaking hazmats.
You know?
I don't
It's
know.
crazy.
It's not the cigars you smoke that's going to give you cancer. It's not the steaks that you eat. It's going to give you cancer. It's all the hazmat bourbon.
70% bourbon, alcohol, ethanol you're drinking.
I think
Zach, give us a
I think
taste
it's
score.
pretty healthy, to be honest with you. So okay, so I will give the taste a 2.5. And reason why is
Wow.
because the smell does not translate into the taste.
That's a good point.
So
That's
I think once
like
you
that.
get past the gnarliness of the nose, does initially translate into the taste, right? Because it's like the shock to the palate. You do the one shot, or sorry, the one sip, the 2 sip, and the 3 sip, right?
yeah.
1 sip is going to shock your palate. 2 is going to get you ready. 3 is going to finish it off and
Yeah.
really let you know what it tastes like. So I think it had a lot of good, good sweet caramel, leathery notes. And I think that, the intensity, the 66% of the alcohol percentage, with that in mind, I think they did a good job in making it taste pretty damn good.
All right, very good. I that's a great justification for a score. So BJ, take it away. What's your taste?
Yeah. Oh, listen, I think that my score tonight is going to have an asterisk by it because just poured out of the bottle, I wouldn't give this score, but cutting it, I would give this is where I'm going to give you this score. Grapefruit notes. I actually do get some of that like fried banana or bananas
Ooh,
Foster
ooh,
Oh,
flavor,
I didn't
Yeah.
even think about that.
right? Some like fried banana, like when you go to like the Thai restaurant and they bring it out to you at the end. A lot of brown sugar.
Or like those bananas at Texas Day Brazil that they
That's-
just keep.
yeah,
Oh,
those are
the
the
palate
never ending,
cleansers.
right?
Yeah.
Palate cleanser.
That's exactly what I'm
Dude,
thinking about.
good freaking
That's exactly what I'm thinking
Holy
about.
shit. I was
Yeah.
not
Right?
like I was thinking that.
You
and
get
I
that-
didn't even.
You get that banana funk, right? You get that
You
fried
do.
banana funk just in the back of the palate.
Yeah.
Really nice.
But hold on, it's not a Jack Daniels banana funk.
It's not the
That's-
scent, right? I don't get that in the nose. I get
The
that only on the
sweetness.
palate,
No,
right?
it's a
Sugary
sweet-
sweetness.
Sugary sweetness, and I get the molasses, the brown sugar. I don't really get the caramel. I get a little bit of creaminess, and again, I think that comes from the cut, and that's where my asterisk score comes from on this. I think that's why, especially with the nuance and with the, I think I could sit here and sip on this for the rest of the night. Granted, I'm not ingesting this, so my feelings are also a little different. Again, the asterisk. I'm going to give this a 3 out of 3. I like this a
Wow.
lot.
Wow.
I like this. That's not always very true of this particular single barrel strength. They are different every time, but for this particular one, this 2021 Total Wine Nevada, this one is a 3 out of 3 for me. I love the flavors. I love the profile. I love the full bodied. There's a lot going on, and I really love it cut. I would not have given it that score just straight out of that bottle.
That
to
is-
be clear.
That is really tough to get a good flavor out of something that is that intense, to be honest with it, because you have to think about it. Go
Just to
back
be-
to
Yeah.
go back to the younger days, when you were mixing Everclear with freaking watermelons and weird shit like
99
that. Right?
bananas,
You're
sir.
just like, oh god, it tastes like hell,
It tastes so good,
right?
I think I have a hernia.
But yeah, this is one of those things where
This is good.
they
this is good.
melded the alcohol intensity well with the flavor, I think.
Jimmy.
I echo a lot of the tasty notes. I think here that caramelized banana, a little chocolate, cherry, leather, rancio, leather-bound books, sweetness.
Yeah, we've said a lot
It-
of nice
What
things
is
about
what
it.
is
Reminisce.
rancy? Can I ask?
Rancio.
Rancio.
Rancio is what they call like old library smell, like dusty warehouse. If you could taste it, if you could taste
Oh.
what dusty old
Age.
library and age tastes like, it's called rancio.
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 That is interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've always said like smells like old.
It's very prominent in
Tastes like
Armagnacs.
old.
Now I can be intelligent and say,
Armagnacs
oh,
and
this
cognacs.
is very. It's got a very rancio.
There's
taste
notes
to
of
it.
Yes.
rancio. Absolutely. So there you
Smell
go.
and taste.
So we said a lot of
Yep.
good things. You're saying good things.
Yeah, I however, you have to get past the massive heat. Like, this is not for the faint-hearted. This is not for the amateur drinker. This is not for the person like anybody that is not used to any type of barrel-proof, barrel-strength whiskey is going to have a very difficult time getting past 3 sips on this thing.
They will not. drink it.
I am going to
So make them
thus
big sips.
thus it gets a whopping 1 from me for the
Oh, how
taste,
dare you?
because I know how amazing birthday bourbon tastes,
Yeah.
which is
Yeah.
all they had to do. If this was Proof Town, they could have an everyday birthday bourbon. If this was 58%, they would have an insane product on the shelf. Have a single barrel offering, but it just doesn't need to be this hot. I don't see
It's hard
why
to
it
argue.
needs to be this hot.
I'm with you. It's hard. That's
So-
hard to argue.
So James, you're right. And like I said before, I think this was a challenge.
It is.
for the distillers.
And there's a market
to
for it. I
say,
get
"Hey,
it. Yes.
let's
And they're one
get
of the
this-
few that can execute it correctly.
Let's
Yes.
get this so hot to the
Yeah.
point that it's not disgusting, but it is drinkable.
It's
and then,
rides a fine line.
I mean, for me, I thought,
But
I thought it was good.
You
taste-wise.
you look at the bell curve. You could really start catering to the masses if you just brought that down a wee
Oh,
bit.
100%.
Just
Yeah.
that- just
No,
even
this
it was
is
like
for the
60,
very
50,
few
8
people.
to 60.
Yeah, for the very few people that are
Yeah.
really looking for something intense.
This is
insane.
for the person who doesn't have a big bar and they need their bourbon to be in concentrate form, so that they
I
can
guess.
just
I
add water.
guess.
You're like, oh, yeah,
for
we-
lots
if-
of people.
if you're a-
yeah, we got that.
Or
Oh,
if you're a
you
lush
want that
and you're
thing?
drinking
We
for
got it.
effect.
No, it's concentrate. So you buy it in this form, but one bottle really equals 3. You just add water.
I really just.
Oh, you
like,
just
ugh.
dilute it and you're good. Done
This
is
is
done.
this is for your
So-
dad's liquor cabinet. You drink it and then you add water.
I
and
was
you
gonna
never
say,
know.
as a kid, and you're back in the 80s and 90s.
So it snakes back to me for
It
value.
does.
So
Tell us, what does this bottle cost?
shout out to Old Forester. They have kept this bottle incredibly reasonably priced. However, we usually talk about the $10 per year, 4 to 6 years, $60. I think I got this back then a couple of years ago for $65.99.
Wow.
And today they're only $74.99
Still
at
incredible. That's
Total
a
Wine.
I mean, that's
So they have not gone crazy with their pricing on this bottle.
No, that's inflation. That's it.
I know exactly, and that's very little. Where other bottles have gone up like double in price.
That's a
So I shout out to Brown Foreman for keeping this price consistent.
Yeah.
You can get trashed off a crazy barrel proof bourbon for
Yeah,
80,
this
under
is the
80 bucks.
Frat House
If
for
that's what you're looking
bourbons.
for, Go ahead and get it. Like if you want to have it's a good flex bottle in my opinion.
Yeah.
So with the value, I'm going to give it a 3. I think it's an incredible value at the $80 price point for what you get. I think it would be killer. And I'm sure there's amazing cocktails. You throw some cocktails and it'll really shine. And that's where you have a problem, right? Because you have 1 or 2 cocktails with this in it.
It's a big problem.
That's a big
Or
problem.
you could, ixnay the Everclear, replace it with this,
Right.
with the jungle juice,
So
with the cooler of fruit and everything.
3 on my
when you're hanging
value.
out at the
Final
frat
score?
house.
3 on my value, 1 on my taste, 2 on the nose. So that gives me a 6. I am not giving it a blown away bonus, so this gets a 60 out of 100, which I think falls right in line
It's
with my
respectable.
feelings on it. It's not terrible. It's not amazing. I personally could not we're gonna have a big 4th of July barbecue blowout, and I'm like, there's so many other whiskeys that we have behind us here on the shelf. I would probably have 90% of these over that as like the all day
Yeah.
pool drinker.
Oh yeah,
You have one of these. This is at the end of the night when you're ready just to have maybe a cigar or wrap up the night or get blitzed. Like you have one of these, and I don't know how anybody could really be sober.
I think
after
this
a
would
pour
kill a
this.
cigar. I would never
Maybe.
drink this.
I mean,
yeah,
if I
with
had
the-
some,
with
if
the
I don't
intensity
know,
with the alcohol,
if I had some like crazy old punch or something really peppery and stinky and nasty, I think this is perfect for that. I'm not
Right.
talking about some
but
Drew Estate
a granddad's-
Java,
a granddad
like some
socks,
light creamy
old-
coffee.
the old Fratelli.
Yeah, but if
But
you
think-
pull some
Hello.
punch out with
But-
tastes like a stinky sock,
but think about it. Think about it. Like
then
you-
it'll
You
survive.
have to have.
It's
You have to have you have to have a cigar to complement. that,
Well, and maybe
which
that's what
is
it's meant
frickin'
for.
Gnarly and
Uncle P says you'd burst into flames. Exactly,
Yeah.
because it is giving off
Yeah.
that ethanol. So BJ, what do you got? There's my 660 out of a hundo.
Listen, you can't argue that. I already said it's a huge value. It's a 3 out of 3. So my final score is going to be a 7.5 because I gave it a 1.5 on the nose. I give it a 3 on flavor, a 3 on value, 7.5 out of 10, right? Or a 75 out of 100. No blown away bonus. I think that's very respectable. Again, I like this bottle. I actually really like this one. I know you got one more back there. Would I go for this? Yeah, I actually think I would.
Wait, does it depend on the situation?
No, because listen, there's a Trippin' Bulls back there that's pretty hot. That I really
But that
like.
tastes so much better.
I agree.
Different ballpark.
I agree.
And it's like
very
56%. Totally different.
very different.
Like twice as aged.
But I do really like this, and I think it's a feeling, right? I mean, that's why do you have all of this? Why is all of this behind us exist? Because it's about moods and feelings, and I think that the right mood calls for this whiskey, and I think that there's a place for it on the shelf, and I like it. So 7.5. Zach,
All right, Zach,
So,
what's your value score?
I
And
believe,
give us your total.
okay, so the first score was 1.5 for the nose.
Yeah,
right?
you had a lot of halves
Um,
tonight.
2.5 on the
Halfy.
taste,
Half guy.
right?
Yep.
Half.
And so for the
Half.
value, like it
Yeah, yeah.
depends. It,
Little half guy.
it depends on what you're looking for,
It's
right?
hard
Well,
time.
Are you
half
looking
pint?
for to get wasted,
Wasted when you're 50.
or are you looking for something where you're like, hey, you might want to try this? Or is it one of those things where
Value.
You know,
Just
do,
tell me,
do you really want
was it
like an
worth
everyday
it?
drinker? It's not an everyday drinker, and it's one of those things that you put on the shelf and say, "Hey, you want something really freaking intense?"
want to see something really
There it
scary?
is. There it is, right there. Here it is, right here, right. So, what'd you say? $70?
70.
70
70,
bucks?
80. I think
I'll
I'd
give
say
it a
80
3 on
right
that
now.
for sure.
Okay.
Yeah,
let's
it's totally worth it.
put in your
100%.
total score.
So 3 plus 2.5
Get your toes
is
out.
10 plus
10.
11, whatever.
11.
Yeah, you guys figure it out.
3 plus 2.5 is 5.5.
Uh-huh.
Plus, you gave it a what was your nose score?
1.5.
So what's
A
what was
six-
that?
It's a 7. You gave it a 7.
7 out of
Seven.
10.
It's a
Any
7.
blown away bonus?
Nay, no.
Then you're 7 out of 10. 70 out of hundo.
yeah.
I find it even. Here's what's funny. Even with your guys' scores, we're all pretty close.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
We're all pretty close. And even though
Did
I think we
we-
had
wait, hang on a
varying
second.
opinions,
All right. So what were the scores on the value again? I forgot.
I gave it a
give
3.
it a 3.
We all gave it 3s.
Three.
We all give it
Three.
3s. I think that's
Yeah.
where it carries the weight.
Right.
Is the value. It's a
Just
great
because-
value,
just because of the intensity
and it holds its own. It holds its own.
You know, if it's a product that you're looking for, yeah, why not?
Great.
That's it.
I loved it.
Well, there you have it, folks. That is
Happy-
Old Forester. So this comes out twice a year. I want to say it's a biannual release.
Biannual.
Up to you guys if you want it. I don't recommend this unless you
Is
really
it a
just want to go off
go-getter?
the
Would I
rails.
buy it? I don't know. Maybe. Yeah, probably.
To be
This
honest,
is
I've been
something-
gifted all of my bottles. I've never bought one of these. So I have like 4 of them.
Tragedy.
They've all been gifted to me.
I was going to say this is something to keep on the shelf. Maybe
Can't wait to buy you another one.
for.
Do not. This is not a Christmas gift.
Oh.
Both of you do not buy
Okay,
me one.
okay.
Definitely
so-
buying you one
So
now.
so if somebody said, okay, so hey
Like it, dude.
James and BJ, if somebody comes up to you at your Christmas party or birthday party or
Better white
whatever,
elephant
whatever,
this. This is gonna
whatever,
get-
whatever event that
White
you have
elephant.
going on, right?
yeah.
Wait, hang on. And they say, I want the most intense whiskey that you have.
Oh, it's not.
Here's
this
what's gonna
one.
happen.
Boom, that's it.
No,
All
it's
of
not that
us
one.
are gonna buy each other this stupid bottle
Can't
for
wait.
Christmas. I can't.
No,
wait.
we're
I
smarter
can't
than
wait.
No, I
Watch.
listen. I offered up at the beginning of before we even started the show what I thought was the most intense bottle of whiskey, and we all voted that down.
Which is what was it?
The Senator.
Oh yeah, that
Oh,
doesn't
yeah.
taste good.
Drinkable.
though.
Oh, this is yeah.
If you had the choice
Beyond
between
that.
drinking this or the Senator, what would you pick?
I don't
This-
even.
The Senator. Why? In what world?
I-
joking.
I think that Blanton straight from the barrel blows this out of the water, and it's at like 62%. I think that there's a
That's
wild difference. Like
tough.
people don't understand that like 1 or 2% ABV makes a massive difference.
That's tough.
I would almost want to do a head-to-head next show. We do a straight from the barrel review, then we go into comparing it to this. I think that's what we need to do.
Blanton's
The straight from the barrel
God,
blend.
straight from the barrel is so
I would
terrible.
definitely
I
say.
I think we should do a head-to-head.
I would definitely say. I would think
God.
that Blanton's would beat this. To be honest.
Well, anyways, you guys are going to be in. You guys won't even be here. So why don't you do that big
That's
reveal?
true. We're going to Japan.
hey,
We're going to be in.
konnichiwa.
We're going to be huge in Japan.
They'll be huge in Japan, boys.
Cannot wait. Going to be huge in Japan. So, yeah, Zach, follow us at the Barrel Buds on
Oh yeah, we
Instagram
might do a
because
little.
we're going to be doing posts from the ship. We're going to be on a cruise, and then we're going to be checking out some cool stuff. I can tell you right now, we've got a pretty
The companion
special,
bars. Are you guys going to the companion bars?
You
What
mean
is
a
that?
soap bar?
What's
No, this
that?
is the bars where the girls it's
soap
like a
bar.
karaoke bar, but there's a list of girls that you buy that just hang out at your table. And that's all they do. They pour your beers, they
Yeah,
talk to
A maid
you,
bar.
and the maid bars, and they keep you like company. There's nothing weird about it. Like, it's like there's no shenanigans. but they just are your companion
No,
while you're
I'm not
at
going
the
to
bar.
No, I'm not
I
And
don't
it's
know.
they're
That's
wildly popular in
No.
Japan
Very interesting.
because of the
We are
salary.
going
The
to
salary
Sapporo.
men, are so like stressed out, and they need like some companionship at these bars, and the maid bars are insanely popular.
No, we're
You
very
get a whole
happy
army.
with
What
our
is the
women.
yen to a
We're
dollar?
good.
Like 10-1.
get a whole army.
We're gonna look it up. We're gonna watch some maid videos once we're done here. I'll show you
No,
some of
listen,
the bars where
all
you
I
need to
know
go
is
to in Tokyo.
Dekai Opai Guy Dasuki.
Deseki.
Deseki.
Yeah, I think it's
Deseki,
Deseki.
yeah.
Dekai Opai Guy Deseki.
Deseki. Yeah, yeah.
Gojira.
If you know, you know.
Anyway, we need to wrap this up. So I
Where's
will
Godzilla?
play it by ear if it's going to be Jimmy solo or if we may cancel next week. I don't know what we're going to do because here's the thing: we have 2 shows away from show 200.
2.
And I need these guys here, so that means they're out of pocket for the next 2 Wednesdays. So I'll play it by ear. I will probably do show 199 solo, and then when they're all back, I would like to have Zach back for show 200,
Yeah,
and we'll
hell
figure
yeah.
out where it
I'd love
is.
that.
I'd be honored.
Yeah, see, very good. So
Would you be honored with your family?
Okay, we need to stop. This is already
Right?
it's too much old Forrester here. The old Forrester
no,
talking.
we're respectful.
I know this.
Respecto.
We're going to see Nika. We're going to
Chill.
see Nika in Japan.
Hey, no, don't blow the secrets now. All right, you got a lot of secrets
to
up your sleeves.
Sapporo.
No, what is it? Nika. Arimaska?
Yochi.
Okay, stay tuned for the Barrel Buddies.
Don't
on
forget to
Jimmy.
like and subscribe.
Like and
Give us
subscribe.
that thumbs up. It costs you nothing. Get that thumbs
Uncle
up right
P
now.
says,
I
"Have a
see
great
all
trip."
5 of you.
Have
All
a great
5 of you
trip.
right now. Just click the thumbs up, please, and share it to a friend. I'm sorry. Go ahead and close
Uncle
this
P
out.
says, "Have a great trip." For the Barrel Buddies, I'm Jimmy.
I'm BJ.
I'm Zach. Good
We'll
to
see you next week.
Hey,
Sayonara.
yeah. Sayonara.